welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. We are about to go self-help ourselves, which is not a selfish thing, and it doesn't mean that we're neglecting other people. Here's the thing. You want me to go self-help myself. I'll tell you why. Because if I took care of myself, that means last night I slept enough that I'm not yawning in the meeting. If I warm up my gratitude muscle, I work on it, then I remember to tell my boyfriend I'm really grateful to have him in my life. I even remember to notice that I'm grateful to have him in my life. So the more I build that self-care, the more bandwidth I have, and that means the more I could share with you, and I want to share it with you. So please go self-help yourself. Let's get into it. Let's get into this practice. What does that mean for you today? It could mean just being still, just waiting for the next thing to happen. That's fine. It could be rolling the shoulders back and down, or maybe rolling the head, whatever feels good here as we get present and we start our practice with gratitude. We can practice gratitude just like we practice attitude the rest of the day. This is something that combats that. So we don't have to be in that head if we don't want to. Let's practice. Let's see. Let's see what it feels like by looking for gratitude right now. Let's wrap the sentence or thought. Find our water. And if that went all wonky, let's be grateful that we tried. And why am I saying things like that? Like, oh, I'm supposed to be grateful when things are not going my way, but what's the alternative? Let's keep going. Let's try out some other things. Let's try interrupting our thought for maybe following the breath. Let's try interrupting the thought to chant Om. When I chant Om, I feel the vibration of the sounds of my mouth also going through my body, and that helps calm my body down. That's how it works for me. If you want to try it, might work like that for you, might work different. But here's where we can practice, sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And maybe it's interesting that we have to practice basically breathing. I'm basically practicing following my breath instead of following the thought that I didn't want to follow. I'm practicing having that control in my head. Let's keep going. Let's practice writing. Not writing a poem, not writing a rap. Let's practice any kind of writing. Try writing any word. Take it down right now. Let's wrap the sentence or thought for now. Find the water. Take our time as we let go of the words. We were able to let go of them long enough in our brain to write them down on the piece of paper. And now we're going to see if we can let them go by walking away from them, moving away and stretching. Let's get a little more into our bodies. We're going to do a sun salutation. You can do all the poses. You could do some of the poses. You can have a pose feel really good and stay there for the rest of the time. That's fine. Listen to your body. If it hurts, that's not the move. If it hurts, do less. Let's try it out. Inhale the arms out and up. Keep inhaling as you reach up, look up, and fold forward. And we're hanging over our feet. Our back is nice and rounded. We could bend our feet here, bend our legs here. And when you're ready, halfway lift, straightening out the legs, halfway lifting off the floor with our torso. And let's meet in plank pose. Get your palms on the ground, step your feet back, and lower all the way down to the ground. Point your feet. Once everything's on the ground, push your palms. Now your chest is coming up, your head is coming up. Look up. And sometimes to get into down dog, I bend my knees here, moving my tush back, and then tush up into a down dog, upside down V. Hips up. Now walk the feet forward towards your hands and start rolling up at your pace. Meet your palms above your head and then exhale them down to the center of the chest. We have a few seconds to hold it here if we want. Find the water. Find a little credit. Maybe the stretch felt different. That's enough to notice. Noticing is such a big deal. As we do these exercises, we notice a little more about our body, a little more about our mind. Let's keep going. Let's find out what we know about doing a plank today by being willing to do it right now. We're going to go all together. Everyone's going to lift in just a short time. Are you willing to do this? If you said yes, get in that ready position. If you said no, get in the ready position. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. We're planking right now. Now is the time to plank. So take that time. If you sit there, how are you going to feel at the end of this 1 minute? That was 10 seconds. Versus if you now get into a plank, you might get proud of yourself. You might remember that you keep promises to yourself. And right now, you did it for 20 seconds. And as we keep the promise to ourselves, make sure that we're breathing. Maybe follow your breath for a breath or two. For 30 seconds, you can decide what's going to happen in your mind. As you decide what's happening in your mind, you're letting your body know, we can do this. We have 20 seconds. Let's find a way to conjure up the energy that we need. It's in there. It's in there. I keep finding it 1 second at a time. As I stay up in this plank pose, I could do it for 10 more seconds. We're already at the countdown. Let's find what our body and mind can do together for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. There it is. Take some time to get off your plank. Maybe stretch your way back. Find your water. And find all the credit. If you started halfway, give yourself some credit. That decision to get into that physical pose, good on you. I'm cheering for you. I'm rooting for you. Let's keep going. Let's break some procrastination today. What does that mean? That means that part of this is looking for the smallest task and then experimenting with it. So knowing you don't know how this is going to go because we're experimenting, but we are going to take action. Let's see what comes out when we take that action right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Finding water. Finding a little credit, because I'm going to assume that if you did do something in that 1 minute, you did the thing that you don't really want to do, or you usually like to push to later. So good on you for even finding a task to experiment if you like or don't like doing it. Let's keep going. Let's go into our connection. Now, what if you're mad at something? Or what if you're happy about something, you want to share it? Who do you share that with? Let's look to connect. If you don't want to connect directly with that person today, we can connect with the ideas in our head about who we are on a daily basis connecting with. What do I get from this person? Happiness, jokes. What do I get from this person? A shoulder to cry on. What do I get from this person? Just fun without a lot of thought. Let's get into those connections and see what we find right now. Let's wrap that thought for now. Finding water. And finding maybe something that we learned. I'm not saying that somebody who can tell you jokes is not a person that also has the shoulder to cry on. People can be multiple things in your life, but I'm pretty sure that no one could be absolutely everything all the time. So we try to diversify, maybe get that second person and that second person could be a therapist or a coach, anything. We're looking to see how we connect, who we connect with. And we did it. Let's keep going. Let's shake it off. Let's jumping jacks it off. Let's hula hoop it off. Let's move our body in the way that it allows us to move. We're going to exercise it so we can keep using it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. We are moving our body right now, because right now is the time that we move our body. That's what we decided. We're going to keep our promise to ourselves by continuing to go. And that's 10 seconds. Now, right away, this could be very challenging, so make sure you're not hurting yourself. Make sure that you're breathing. Let's take care of ourselves while we're taking care of ourselves. That's 20 seconds. Now, if you can keep this pace up, keep the pace up. If you need to change the pace in order to keep going, that's what you need. But let's go for 30 more seconds. Again, if you're not hurting yourself, this is 1 minute in length, so let's find the energy to keep going. We have 20 seconds left. Ask your mind and body, if we work together, what can we do just for today? This doesn't have to set a precedent, but let's go for 10 seconds. Let's see what today can find in our body and mind. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. All right, let's stretch our way back, find our way back, have some water. Have a pat on the back. Thank you for taking OMAT today.